This is your Barbados Today evening news update for Monday, April the 9th. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. 2 men were remanded to Her Majesty's Prison Dulles in connection with a major drug find in a vehicle at the Bridgetown port last Thursday. The accused are 35-year-old Graham Bradley Johnson of Mount View, St. Lucie, and 43-year-old Norris Rohan Jackson of Manning Village, St. Michael. Johnson and Jackson are jointly charged with possession with intent to supply, possession with intent to traffic, and conspiracy to traffic $1.8 million worth of cannabis on April the 5th. They were not required to plead to the charges when they appeared before Magistrate Douglas Frederick in the District A Magistrates Court. Johnson and Jackson will reappear in court on May the 7th. Repeated calls by the Barbados Union of Teachers and the Barbados Secondary Teachers Union for the Ministry of Education to set up a broad-based committee to tackle violence in secondary schools has the full backing of the Labour Minister, Dr. Esther Basuku. She told the 44th meeting of the Barbados Union of Teachers at the Amman Bay Conference Center this morning, violence in schools cannot be tolerated. She stressed that it was critical that stakeholders find solutions to the problem.
And I do support the call that there be zero tolerance to violence in schools, because it is something that will only escalate. And I don't have any children in school anymore. And my children are not in any haste to give me grandchildren in school anymore. But I told him, you take your time with that one. But still, for all of us, we have a vested interest in our schools being safe. And so I will certainly support your calls in ensuring that we have that dialogue with the ministry so that our schools are safe, that teachers and staff are safe, that the students are safe, and that the parents can be assured that their children are safe. Now, we may be trying to turn back the hands of time, but we can't just sit back and do nothing. I think it was your president said, better late than never. I think we have to continue trying and keep no stone unturned as we address that problem.
Barbadians are anxiously waiting for a date for the January election, but as Prime Minister Franklin Stewart keeps the date close to his chest, more parties are joining the fray. At least 7 parties are now expected to contest the polls, constitutionally due by June. The record number of parties has received mixed reaction from Barbadians. Some say the time is ripe for competition, while others say they will be sticking to the 2 main parties, the incumbent Democratic Labour Party and the opposition Barbados Labour Party.
I don't care how much they have. It's the ones that in power that you're dealing with now. They're the ones to set the foundation and to do the right things for the country.
I don't feel thing with the third, not the fourth party. I feel coming to be the first and the second, but I know I'm the third party because they're picking up anything from off the road and putting them in politics. That's what I feel right now. And I don't think that should be happening.
Right,
that girl, they're picking up something, what's your name?
We gave an M, not leave.
They're picking up any boys the road to put in politics. That shall not be. It shall not be like that. You got to put people that got head, don't mind the people that got head is so really doing things as they're doing now, but you can't pick up anybody and put them in politics. It should not be like that.
This is a democratic country, everybody got the right to everyone run, they can run too. So everybody got the right to run.
The only party that shall have is the B and the D's. They got the N's, they got the M, and PP, the UPP. That is not right. That is not right at all. They shall have the B and the D. Then just bring people to just the filling to see what will happen. They just can't go and pick up people sore and put them in a party like that. That was going on for years with 2 parties. That is not right. You had 2 parties, you should keep the 2 parties.
It will make the both 2 older parties understand what is really going on, so that it can really help the country, you know, and move differently. I think that is the problem we got. It's too long with old ideas. We need new ideas, but I still focus on the Barbados Labour Party. That's my party.
Barbadian dog owners have been advised to make sure their pets are properly secured. Acting Animal Control Officer at the Animal Control Center, Peter Belgrave, made this point as he spoke on the sidelines of a display which the center was hosting at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital as part of the Animal Care and Control Week of activities.
You know that your dog has a good size or that person may fear for it. One, you put a beware of the dog sign to alert persons that there is a dog on the property. And two, there's something called secondary fencing, where if, for example, the dog was to breach that first line of defense, it still cannot get out into the public domain because there's still a secondary fence there. Also as well, depending on the type of dog you have, you need to look at the height of your fence because some dogs, they can actually climb over the fences. You may need to make sure that the integrity, what we also encourage persons is to look at the integrity of your fencing because dogs are very smart.
He added that more Barbadians were recognizing the importance of licensing their pets. He said that it's an inexpensive process.
Dog licenses for 1 year is $5, so you renew it annually. 3 years, you pay $10. For those persons who have kennel licenses, which is 5 dogs or more, there's normally an annual subscription that you pay to renew your dog. The only persons who do not have to renew their dog are those persons who have dogs which are spayed or neutered, which means the dogs cannot multiply, and that was an incentive to kind of keep the population down. So as long as we have a dog which is spayed or neutered.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust. Welcome back with news from the region now. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley today reshuffled his cabinet. 5 ministers were reassigned. Among the notable changes, Sports Minister Darrell Smith was reassigned to the Ministry of Housing. The change comes at the heels of calls for action against Smith in light of alleged unwanted sexual advances to his personal secretary. Ramfa Kudjo is the new Minister of Sports and Randall Mitchell is the new Tourism Minister. In immediate response, Opposition Leader Kamla Prasad Bisisar said the changes were outrageous and an insult to the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Dr. Rowley should pick up his pack of jokers and go. He has in effect rewarded a minister who has been accused of serious misconduct by promoting him. It seems as though there's a demotion. He has kept Darrell Smith as a Minister of Government and has taken him into a special ministry that will now be headed by none other than the Prime Minister himself in the Ministry of Housing. So what has happened is a cycling and recycling of the same scandal-plagued politicians. There are questions on so many of these ministers, and all he's done is to cycle and recycle. I think it, as I say, very outrageous. I have a fuller statement that will come, but I know you want a few minutes. Outrageous and insulting to the right-thinking people of Trinidad and Tobago. You do not reward wrongdoing.
And on the international scene, at least 30 people, most of them children, died after a school bus fell into a gorge in a mountainous region of the country. Officials say most of the passengers were below the age of 10. The bus driver and 2 teachers were also killed in the accident. Police said the bus rolled into a 200-foot deep gorge. Eyewitnesses said the vehicle skidded as it turned a corner. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says the country is in deep mourning as he expressed condolences to the families who lost their loved ones. And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic evening.